Hi, this is Better Mix again for Thoughts Plus, and today we're gonna do this awesome effect on our character. We're going back to Houdini for another effect, and Houdini is an excellent tool for this kinds of effects, and it kind of looks complicated. And I've done this effect in other apps, and it's a lot harder. But in Houdini, it's actually very simple. And this is the final scene that we're gonna get. As you can see, we're not concentrating on any shading or materials or even lighting. I just did a basic lighting for doing this render, but we're not concentrating on any of that. We're concentrating only on the TD part of the effect. Just we're gonna take the role of the TD artist and or the TD and start doing this effect, and that's what we're gonna deliver, this pulverizing effect of our character. So this is the effect. Let me just play it for you. Our character runs and something attacks him, maybe a robot or something, and it turns into dust. This effect is, as I said, is actually very easy, and and what we're seeing here is the character is starting to emit particles wherever the surface touches him, and later it starts disappearing and turning into dust. So that's gonna be this is gonna be a very fun project to do. So let's stop talking and get into Houdini now. So let me just close this for now. In Houdini, we're gonna have this scene. So as I said, we're gonna take the role of the TD, and we're gonna be in a pipeline. So our job is gonna be uh, take this scene and add the effect on that. So what we uh, have is, there's the scene, add the effect. So you have to solve it. So that's what the TD does. Uh, so let me just tell you a little bit about what a TD does. It can do a lot of stuff, and there's lighting TDs, effects TDs, character TDs, and a lot of other kind of TDs. And TDS actually stands for technical director, and they're mostly they're just persons that can solve anything you throw at them. They can be on Linux, Windows, Mac, and they are comfortable there, and they can make scripts and uh, to make the work easier. And you can go and say, dude, this tool is not working, and he fixes that for you. And if that's his job, exact. Um, so that's what a TD does. It doesn't. It can be working in modeling. It can be doing anything. He may be the first guy to touch the project and the last one to let it go. So uh, we're gonna be for this time we're just gonna have this scene assigned to us, and we need to add the effect. So here's the scene. uh, I have an animated character and an object that represents the lightning or projectile that is being shot to it, and the scene goes like this, and the character gets hit and it jumps, and it just goes boop. And there's the whole scene, and this is the camera we're gonna be working with. It's already the scene is already laid out and everything. So as you can see, this is a very nice scene. Is already everything is ready. So the character doesn't have any complicated parts. It's just a few pieces of geometry, and that's what we want. So how are we gonna solve this? And I know uh, there there could be different ways to approach this. I'm gonna approach this with a Boolean operation to start cutting the character. And I know Booleans are not maybe a no-no in some other applications, but Houdini makes an awesome, a very awesome Boolean operations, and they are very useful. And I've used them for a lot of effects. So let's start by we have our character here, which is one node. That this is actually the character that comes with Houdini, and you can put it there and animate it. That's exactly what I did. And if you saw my other tutorial on the auto fence, you can see that I'm using it here in the scene to to make this scene have some kind of fence here. So this is all my scene, and this is all my floor, my character, and this is just a floor object that is not visible right now. And that's all I have. And I have some lights here, and actually the projectile is over here also. The guy that is destroying our character, it's there. It's just in a sphere. And I have a dome for the background and some lights, but that's not important. We're not gonna take care of that. The lighting TD will take care of that. So we need to have a way to access this geometry, because this is not a geometry node right here. This is a tool where the rig lives, and it has all these controls for animation and stuff. And we don't want to destroy the animated part of the the scene, because there might be changes, or we might be working in an earlier version that is not done yet, and we want to make this work even if they decide to change the animation or reposition the character or whatever and move the camera. And we're not gonna worry about any of that, because we're gonna make this whole procedurally in Houdini. So talking about that, let me just show you that all this is done. This is all done model in Houdini, and I'm gonna show you. Let me just go here and just make some basic street here, a basic street, and this is all done in this node right here. Just show you how awesome this is. Let me just find the right curve, and this is based on some curves, and everything is based on that. And let me just get that curve, which is actually, I think, this one. Got a wireframe. I was not pressing. So there we go. That's the curve I created for creating this corner of the street. And this is all done in Houdini, so I can come in and modify points. And oh, that's not a good point to grab, but if I want to extend the street, I can just extend it. And look at that, since the auto fence is also procedural, it will grow, and since this is mirrored, it will grow over there too. You can grab this other and extend it, and we have auto streets. And you can make a tool out of this, of course. So let me just go back to where I was. So there's just something to show you, because the scene might change and you may have to move the pieces, because the camera is now showing the edge, and you can make it as easy as just stretch that over there. What? Just stretch that? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that in Maya or something else. Stop that. Okay. Into the scene, man. We go to the camera, and we need this guy in a different node. So we're gonna import this geometry to a different node, and we're not gonna be touching this at all. So let's create a new geometry. uh, geometry node, and let's call this Toonie Geo because that's the name of this character. Let's say he's called Toonie. So let's get in there, and if I hide everything, I have nothing in this node right now, and I want to bring the geometry here. So for that, we're gonna use an object merge, which is just a node that picks another node uh, from another network and brings it in here. So let's just go down here and find that geometry inside of rig. So here is the rig. Let's go down, and here's the source geometry, but I think that's not the form geometry. That's the source, or yeah, I think that's the here. That's the source geometry, so that won't work. In the character deform node here, the rig, we have the skin, which is actually the skin, and that's the deform mesh. So as you can see, we have no eyes, so we need to merge the eyes also. The object merge, you can add multiple objects at one time, so just click the plus button to add another object, and the eyes are under the head and right eye out. Let me just see if the left eye out. No, that's not one. I always forget what the eyes are. Here, that's right eye, left eye. Except that, but it's not working. Let me just type one there. Nope, that's not the one. Oh, and you may be also you're gonna go through this because you're not gonna know what these pieces are, so you have to investigate. Let me just go inside the deform rig in the head, and this should be the eyes should be here. Left eye, yeah, that's the eye, but it's in the wrong place. So let's just type what is not the deform, the animated eye also. So let's, because that's why it is here. So let's find the animated eye. Let's eye. This one? Oh no, it's not that one. What if I bring the whole head? Nope. Where are you? Eye. It's inside the skin. If I have no eyes. Over the way. Have the plane shapes. Inside the spine. No, there's not there. So let me just check. I guess these are these ones. Yeah, because that's the component of the rig. So let's just add that, and let's put that. Let's just in the transfer object option just type here. This point means here, transformated here. So there we go. The eye is in the right place and it's looking the right way. There you go. So let's bring the other eye in. That was the left eye. Let's bring the right eye. Right eye. Head and neck. Right eye. Except there we go. That's the two eyes, and that's all the geometry we need, and we have it all here in one node. And if somebody modifies the rig, we're gonna get those changes here. No problem. We're gonna hide the the rig for now. We're not gonna use that. We are using the geometry from here. We're not even gonna change any of the nodes here. We're gonna work in our own nodes. So let's get inside there and just make some space. So we have our geometry, so just name this source geometry. We have our geometry here, so we're gonna start cutting it, and I'm gonna explain to you how this is gonna work. And he's already very sad that we're gonna cut him in half. So for that, we're gonna use the cookie sub, which is funnily named cookie sub. And the cookie sub takes two inputs, which are both geometry. So we need to create something to cut it. In this case, let me just create a box for now, and let's connect. Doesn't matter where you connect them, just connect one to the other. And actually the box is over here, so it's not touching him. Just put it where, make it bigger so I can see it, and move it so it's touching the character here. It's all black for now. Just put it in place. Just find where it is. There we go. Now we are touching, and right now there's just a box and our source geometry, and we plug that into the cookie, and what we get is not what we expect. Let's change the polygon, the primitive type, to polygon mesh first to get actual polygons. And in the cookies app, change the operation to intersect, or there we go, we're having a result now. We're just looking at the geometry. Just change to flat to hidden light so we can work a little bit easier. There we go, we're cutting where the box is, and we can move the box, and you can see we can make a lot of fun effects with this, and this is actually what we're gonna use. Sometimes it gets some weird results, like right there. Let me just find it. Sometimes, not always. That right there we have a strange face right there, but that can be solved sometimes with adding more geometry or something like that. So that's how we're gonna cut him into different parts. So let me just but we're not gonna use a box, we're gonna use a sphere. So let's create a sphere, and the sphere is also somewhere very far. We're gonna move the sphere, not that direction, and just move it here and change that to a polygon sphere. Go to the cookie sub, where's the sphere? It's not touching him, that's why. And there we go, it's now touching him, and it's now cutting him. You can see that the software gets a bit slow because this is a very high detail model, and we're reconstructing the geometry on the fly in this. So we're gonna use that for cutting him, but maybe the radius is not gonna be that big. Just so we're gonna find the place where the the projectile hits him, and it's about, I think, frame 20 something. There it comes. There, it's frame 22 where it hits him. So that's where the effects is gonna start. So let's move the sphere there. Just get out of the cookie sub for making this faster. Change to flat shaded so I can move this faster, because the cookie can get a bit slow. So let's just put it there where it should start. Oh, excuse me. So the sphere is there where it should start, and let's just take a look at the cookie now. Let's just hide the other stuff, and there we go. We're starting to make a hole into our character, and now it's just a matter of animating that, because if I already can just start making this bigger, I can start eating away his body. And not what I like about this is that I'm not getting a hollow effect like some other Boolean operations that I've done before. What I'm referring to is something like this, that I don't have an inner surface here, but in this case we do have the inner surface. And also the cookies app is very powerful because it allows you to select which pieces you want. If you just wanted the inside of that, you can have that. You can have the back of that, the cutting portion, which we are going to use. And for now, just make the a minus b, which is actually a good thing. Another thing we're gonna add here is, if you look closely to the sphere, it has a fixed number of polygons, and as I grow this sphere, they're getting bigger and bigger, and the polygons here in the geometry are getting some big ones and some errors. So to fix that, we're gonna add an expression to that frequency, so we can have more frequency when this is big to fix those parts, and less frequency when it's small, so we don't have as much resolution when it's small. So let's just get this down to just say 1, and when we are 1, we have nice resolution. So let's just base the frequency on the radius. So we can just copy this parameter and paste the relative reference here, but that's gonna give us a 1-to-1. So we can maybe we had a 3 there before. Let's just add 3 to that, to whatever we have here. So let me see if that works now. We have 3 right now, and it's growing, and you can see now we have 4, and if it's growing now we have 5, and the geometry is cutting very nice here and very nice there inside. We can start growing it more, and now we have 7, and it's cutting very well here. We can keep going, and I have 8, we have 9, and we're cutting very nice here, very nice on there, and we can keep going until it's gone. and this is how it's gonna be made. The effect, it's like this hits Toshims and expands all over his body from that point to the outside, and that's how I did this effect. So when it's fully grown, there is no more character there. So let's just pull this back to 1, and let's just start animating the sphere to match his body. So to animate the sphere, we're gonna use another transform. So I don't like to animate directly here in the objects parameter. I can, because I can have different nodes for animation, for different animations, or just eliminate one and have no animation. So let's just put here a sphere animation. Let's name that, and here's where we are gonna animate that, and we're not gonna be using the cookie for now for speed. So the spheres in frame 22, it's gonna be there. Let's just alt and left click on the translate to add a keyframe there, or you can left click and set keyframe in the channels, set keyframe in the channels, set keyframe. Alt left click is better, faster. And so there's gonna be the sphere, and right now, as you can see, I don't have the manipulator right here. So the manipulator is actually at the origin of the scene. Yay! But so I don't want to be moving this and here. So to center that, just type here the center X, which is just an expression that gets you to the center of the object, the center C. So that's actually just making the pivot always be at the center of the object. If we move the object or the points here, it's gonna be at the center anyway. So now that we have it there, let me just go one frame back, and there we don't want it to be touching because the projectile is not there yet. It's very far actually. So at 21 we want it to be here, and I'll click there to add some keyframes, so it's there. And actually I'm gonna move it out of the way so I don't cut him when in other frames that I don't want to cut him. Just put him up here for safety. There is waiting there, and there goes and starts hitting him. Now let's continue the animation forward. Just hits there, and it's gonna start hitting his back part first. So this show there we go. Now move it like about here. Right now I'm just doing only translation, no scaling yet. Just put it where it should be affecting, like around here. Just activate auto key there, and this frame I'm gonna put it right in the middle of him. So when it grows, it starts eating away all his guts. And we're animating this frame by frame, but there's no problem. This it's only about 10 frames. So there we go. It's inside him. You can also just grab a point for geometry and drag the ball there, but just do some manual animating for now. Forget the technical thing for a while. There we go. It's getting there. One more frame. Just get it there in the center. It doesn't matter to be in the exact same dead center that previous frame. Just be tracking him, tracking his movement. Just kind of going down now. He starts going down. Just put it there where it should be, in the center. It looks like he swallowed a football or something. There we go. There's that. Just put that in there. Frame 31, 32. It's not much work, but we might lose this animation if the character gets different animation. But as I said, there's not that much frames, so we can just do it. It doesn't take us very much, and we'll start making some keyframe animation. So there it is. That's tracking him. It seems like he had a ball for lunch. So we're gonna stop here, and in the next part we're gonna finish this cookie operation, and not cooking. We're not gonna cook him. We're just gonna make him into dust. So let's stop here, and in the next part we continue with the animation of the ball here. Let's go into the next part.